this, like the journey, especially in things that have the depth of, like the depth of something like martial arts. It's never ending. You never get to a spot and you're like, well, I get to retire now. I am good. I know all things. It
Mm.
doesn't work that way. It's a constant learning process, and it's constant evolution. And there's so many different people that you can learn from, uh, and evolution is a never ending game for sure.
I think we've got to get another couple in, recorded, because I think we're just touching the surface on this. But I know we're tight for time. But for people listening, what would you want them to take from this? What would you want them as a sort of if they wanted to Florian their jujitsu, or
Yeah.
Florini, as I think Thingy called you, what would you advice would you give them, especially if it was like a podgy Highland guy who's interviewing you, like who's an older athlete wanting to become a better jiu-jitsu person, but to live the warrior lifestyle? What would you want them to take from this?
Um, I think that we we have certain perspectives and certain mindsets that we've just had for so long, and we take it as like gospel. We think that that is the way and that is the only way. Um, the reality is that we can transform ourselves in a variety of ways, and I think having that faith is super important, that you can transform yourself, but also understanding that it's going to take some time and you don't have to tackle it all at once either. Um,
Hmm.
you know, get those little wins, get those little battles, struggle, adjust, understand, repeat, do it over and over again, and find that strength within yourself. And what you're going to realize over time is that you're a lot stronger than you thought you were. Um, and I guess that in that process, you end up having to become a little bit more honest with yourself. I think we live in a day and age where we do have a lot of mental health issues, and that happens for a variety of reasons. It could happen because of the way that we were raised, the environment we were raised in. It can happen, because we have false perceptions of the world and ourselves. It could happen from whatever struggles that we've had in our life, and us not living really in the present is what it comes down to. Um, and when we can find that we actually have value and that we do have strengths, but in order to get to those strengths, we have to address the weaknesses, then we realize that that
Hmm.
is not just with our jujitsu, or not just with our martial arts, but that is in all aspects of our lives. I don't have life all figured out. I have, blind spots. I have weaknesses. I have things that I need to work on as a human being all the time. And it is my practice that allows me to see those things. It is my interactions with, family, friends, strangers, that allows me to see those things and understand a little bit more about myself. And we have to see all of the things of ourselves, even the bad parts. And I think we tend to avoid those things, but those things are always there, and we need to continue to dig and find out what those things are, where they come from, and how I can address them uh, in a variety of ways. So uh, do that, do that work, because I think we're losing a lot of people because of that. People are losing their sense of reality. They're losing, um, you know, meaning in their life. And I don't like using happiness because happiness is elusive. That comes and goes. But
Hmm.
not having meaning, I think, is way more dangerous.